Hi kindergarten! We're going to start our next part of our lesson, so I hope that you saved your artwork that we made last time. If you didn't, you have a couple of options. You can do it again. It was fairly simple. And if you choose not to do it again, you can go onto your Google Classroom, open up the file that you submitted, and just press print, and then you can color it from there. If you haven't done the first part of the lesson yet, you will have to do it in order to do this week's lesson. This is going to be your last grade before report card time, so we will have a few weeks until the trimester ends. However, you will not have a new lesson before the trimester ends. So work on getting all your work in if you can. I will be accepting things until the very end, not past the end of the trimester, however. So please just get it in so that I can update your grades and we can all get the best scores that we can. So we're going to continue to talk about shapes like we did last month. And today we're going to add in some color. And we're going to just start with the basics, the primary colors. So if you can see behind me, we have red, yellow, and blue. And those are our primaries. And we're going to talk about the primary colors a lot in first grade, second grade, third grade, and you'll probably be using them for your whole time in art. So it's really important that we really start with the basics, our red, yellow, and blue. They are our first colors. They are our most important colors, and guess what? They have superpower. So we're going to learn all about that in a little while. So get out your artwork. Get ready to make something really cool. So for the rest of this lesson, we are going to focus on the element of shape again, and then we're going to add in the element of color. So we'll start with the basics of color, and then we'll build on it from there in our following lesson. Shape, as we know, is when a line closes at its beginning and creates an enclosed space. Shapes can be different sizes, and we worked on that last time with small, medium, and large. And we talked about how an artist could use shape in an artwork to make it more interesting. I wonder if we can add color to our shape picture to make that even more interesting. So color. What is color? Well, it's what we see when the light shines on an object. Parts of the light are bounced off the object, and other parts are absorbed by the object. And color is what we end up seeing. The basic colors that we're going to talk about are called the primary colors. Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. These colors cannot be made by mixing any other colors together. So you cannot make red, you cannot make yellow, and you cannot make blue. Unless you happen to be a mad scientist with a secret laboratory in your basement with beakers and potions and chemicals and a lab coat. Are you a mad scientist? Mrs. TH always says, if you need the primary colors and you don't already have them, you will have to get them from a teacher or a parent. And if you don't have them, I can get you some. You just have to reach out. You can buy them at the store. And these days you can order them online. Thanks, Amazon. But just remember, there is no way to make red, yellow, and blue. Primary colors have a secret power. When you mix them together, they make new colors. You might not be able to make the primary colors, but you can use them to make some new ones. Red and yellow can make orange, yellow and blue can make green, and blue and red can make violet. So let's look at our painting again, Squares and Concentric Circles by our artist, Wassily Kandinsky. Remember, he is the Russian artist that's considered the father of abstract art. Abstract art, again, doesn't look real, and it has no clear subject, non-objective. but Kandinsky thought that color could show a mood or a feeling. What colors help you show a feeling? When you're painting a picture that's all black, how do you feel? What about when you're painting something that's all blue or something that's bright and yellow?
Okay, so for this project, you are going to need your shape paper from last month. If you don't have it, like I said, you can either print it from what you submitted last month, or you may need to redo it. You will need this paper in order to complete this month's lesson. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need the colors in the primary colors. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. So you can use some paint. Watercolors will probably work best, but if you have tempera or acrylic, that will work as well. You could use crayons, and you can use markers. You can also use colored pencils. You can also mix any of these materials together if you want to get really creative, to do some crayons and some markers, or some crayons and some watercolors. That would be wonderful. Like I said, paint will work the best, but any of these will be just fine. Please just reach out to me if you need anything, and I can send home anything that you don't have or you might need. So for this assignment, I would like to see you use the primary colors to color in your shapes. So each shape should be a different color, and inside the shapes, it would be wonderful if you can do a different color for each. So I'm going to do red for my tiny heart, yellow for my larger heart, my medium heart, and then blue for my largest heart. Now, crayons are fine, markers are fine, paint is fine. You can even combine more than one. So I'm using paint and crayons here. Markers and paint will work as long as your markers are not going to run when they get wet with the paint, so just be careful with that. But you should have in each box all three primary colors. And it does not have to be exactly the same, but if you want all of your tiny shapes to be red, then that's great. As long as you have a plan, that's fine. You can use markers if you choose to. You can make patterns in them if you choose to. That is entirely up to you as the artist, and you can mix and match materials if that is what you would like to do. You are the artist. You get as creative as you can. For this assignment, I am grading you on your neatness, and I am looking to see that you are showing me that you can use only the primary colors. The last part of it is that I would like you to make sure that the background of your picture, the background of your square, so around the outside of your shape, should also be colored in. So there should be no white when you are finished. So as I said, make sure that your backgrounds, the space around the outside, are filled. If you want to get creative and do a pattern, you can, or a design. Please make sure that every space is filled and there is no white space, and that you are only using the primary colors. And now as I'm doing this, I'm realizing it's going to be so hard to keep this from running. So I might need to let it dry before I fill in those spaces in between or change my material. So when you are all finished, please snap a picture and upload it to the Google Classroom and press submit or turn in, and this will be 1/3 of your final grade. And I look forward to learning more about what we can do with the primary colors in our upcoming lessons. I can't wait to see what you can do, and I can't wait to see our mini Kandinsky masterpieces. Have fun, kindergarten.